Well, we are moving back into the Williams phase here, and we have Duramolds a go-go. Here's a blaster, of course, of bubbles, a supposedly dedicated Moon Patrol Duramold. We're gonna actually have Eugene Jarvis himself come down here and verify if this is real or not. He did say there was some in the testing process, but we don't know if this is real or what. You know, I don't know. It looks real. Anyways, Bubbles Duramold again, another Blaster Duramold. We got some issues here and there on all this stuff. Well, I'm hoping to get most of these, if not all of them, working tonight. Wish me luck. Well, I highly doubt that Moon Patrol is dedicated. I'm almost positive it's a blaster cabinet someone made a Moon Patrol out of. But so far we have done rebuilt all the monitors except for Moon Patrol. Moon Patrol hasn't even been plugged in yet. Rebuilt the monitors, upgraded the power supplies. Now we're missing the whole joystick here, so we're gonna have to source some parts here. But yeah, so got this. I'm ready to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. It's like, I don't know, maybe midnight or something. But yeah. This definitely is a Willis overlay. Gonna have to find the right parts. I mean, basically what I'm here for is I'm here to get these things running. The cosmetic things will be another time. Oh God, Asterak. Cosmic chasm over there. Beautiful, beautiful. But I didn't even show you guys. I didn't show you guys nothing. But some of this stuff I have to be secretive about, not because I want to, but because the owner wants to be. You know what I mean? But yeah, so looks like I'm going to bed for today. You know what? It's gonna kill me. I'll fix the fake Moon Patrol or the dedicated Moon Patrol. I don't know. I'll do that tonight. Then I'll go to bed. Look at this nightmare. Look how many wire nuts are in there. Oh my God. Oh God. Wonderful speaker there. Okay, now. Yeah, we're going to have to rebuild the monitor. The monitor definitely has some issues. Yeah, it looks good on camera, but trust me, it's not good. But, I just remembered I gotta do a dual monitor Darius tonight, so I'm not gonna finish this. Let's get some Darius going. Okay, I got a game that I think is video worthy. I already rebuilt the power. I did not rebuild the power supply. I bypassed the power supply, most of it, into this switcher here, and this is a reactor. Now. Rebuilt the monitor. Now, when you bypass these areas of the power supply, this no longer matters. You can leave it alone. This capacitor in the bottom. Anyways, really cool game. Really cool game. If you haven't played Reactor, or the sounds. Reactor has such awesome sound, such awesome sound effects. I'm gonna play a game real quick. Kelly, turn it off and turn it back on. Now, hold on. I'm going to turn the volume up so you can kind of hear what it says. Okay, I got it up a little bit. Turn the volume off, power off, and on. Okay, go ahead.
Warning, or unstable.
What's it say? Reactor unstable? Warning. Core unstable. Such an awesome game. Okay, so I'm going to coin it up, and I love the sound it makes. And we're going to put a coin in. restart the game. Awesome sounds. I really don't know much about this game except how cool the sounds are. Really haven't played one, so I'm kind of just screwing around here. I realize I have to destroy these isotopes or atoms or whatever they are. And you have to cool down the reactor by hitting these like spikes. But I don't know much about this. This is, man, I just kind of fell in love with this game after listening to the sounds. Really cool sound effects. When we actually first heard the sounds, because I had to rebuild the soundboard. When we first heard the sounds, me and Kelly were like jumping around like, whoa! And now, I gotta get one now. I'm gonna have to get a reactor. I'm gonna have to. Still need to learn how to play. Decoy. Hear that? That's Hubert's voice. 16 left. And I'm not sure what these pockets do down here. Can I go in there? Awesome sound effects. Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a reactor now. 8 left. I'm not supposed to hit that. Really cool. I'm going to add a switching power supply to this Cosmic Avenger. And you see we have this plain old universal power supply that's in most universals. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip this. This is the rectifier bridge for the 5 volts. I'm going to clip it and remove it totally. And I'm going to cut the pin. There is a 7812. Right here is a 12 volt regulator. Right here's a negative 5 volt regulator. I'm going to cut this very far pin right here. So I cut that. And also I'm going to cut the very far pin over here. So now, basically this is disabled, and the 5 volt is disabled, and I'm not going to plug in the transistor that goes here anymore. So the plug that goes here, do not use it anymore, okay? Leave it unplugged. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this thing over. I'm going to get some solder. I'm going to solder wire on for ground. Okay, let me find some wire. Okay, so now we have a ground. I'm going to flip it over this way. And I'm going to solder wire on for +5. Right here. Okay, so now we have our ground. Our +5, I'm going to get these out of the way, kind of neaten them up a little bit. Now we have our +12. I'm going to solder wire right here. This dirty board let me solder it. Okay. Now we have our -5, which is right here. I'm going to solder wire right here for -5. And that's that. Now, I always like to use these specific colors because it's commonly used. You know, there's your -5, there's your ground, there's your +12, there's your +5. And that's what I do. Okay, I'm working on a double zone here. Really cool game. Dead monitor, had a dead power supply. Temporarily connected this monitor right here. The game seems to be working besides the scrolling, but if you can notice here, the sprites have squares around them. So, first thing I'm going to do is try to clean and test these sockets, and if not, we'll see where that goes. I tried cleaning all the sockets, testing the connections, everything seems to be good. I removed the soundboard here, which goes right here. Underneath here, there's some graphic ROMs. And I pulled this guy right here, put it over here, and I have comparison complete, but all kinds of errors. So I'm going to burn a ROM and let's see what happens. I am programming it right now. I really wish I've been kind of working a lot right now, and I really wish I would have shown you guys more stuff, but I've kind of skipped over a lot of things. Having a lot of fun up here, working on a lot of cool games, a lot of rare games. Yeah, Devil Zone. Devil Zone's one of those games that I kind of like because it has boobs all over it. So, but yeah, my wife's over here rebuilding monitors, and I am fixing boards. So hopefully this will get, when this is finished programming, we'll have a working Devil Zone, and then I'll be able to put the monitor in there and whatever. And it's a nightmare in here. I got all these tubes that are bad, just laying them all over the place. And I'm not the cleanest guy. It's kind of a pigsty in here. I'm actually probably today at some point gonna clean up so I can pretty much ruin it again. But we are getting there. When that counts down to 0, we're good to go. Okay, I just plugged this thing in, pulled the power switch, and I have a good feeling that it is perfect. Just gonna have to sync that monitor up properly. Awesome, very cool. And let it cycle through again. I think my sync wire is not. Okay. No blocky sprites. Beautiful. Well, we just rebuilt a Zaxxon monitor, rebuilt a Frogger monitor, put new power supplies in, of course, and rebuilt a Blueprint monitor, and I'm in the process of rebuilding another Blueprint monitor. Gorf, these have not been touched yet. We have 3 Gorfs in a row here, 2 Solar Foxes, and 2, what are these? Bosconians. 2 Bosconians in a row here. So, that's where we're at right now. There's a couple more in here. What's this? Lazarian. And I can't see what that game is. Well, there's a radar scope there. I rebuilt the monitor on that radar scope, but I had a funny picture. Like the blue kind of like faded in and out. And so I put that monitor in a Popeye and had a perfect picture. So the radar scope board I'm going to have to do some work on. What else? Still have like these 4 sitting in a row that I can't do nothing about right now until parts come in. Speaking of that, you know, let me show you my beautiful wife. Let me show you. Oh, I can get in here. Let me open up this Three Stooges. It's killing me. Three Stooges is killing me. Okay, this board, this is the soundboard. We're having issues with speech. So before I even really looked at it, I said, "Hey, order an orator chip." So we did. We ordered an orator chip. It was exactly the same thing. So we just happen to have enough games laying around where I put these same chips and in other games to verify that they work. So and I tested this RAM. I tested these EPROMs. Everything on this board has now been socketed. See that? Every damn chip on the board has been socketed and thoroughly tested. There's not, you know, I don't know. I give up on this one. I give up. Everything's been tested. I even went down and tested every single resistor on this board. I'm stumped. I don't know what to do. See, the music sounds fine, but the speech, it goes instead of like, hey, spread out. You know, it's supposed to. I mean, it's really cool because it's a really cool game. The voices make this game. But oh well. I officially give up on Three Stooges. Everything is proven, tested, working. I put it in the chip tester just for giggles. I put brand new chips in. I give up. Oh well. Right now I'm working on an Asterac board, and I pretty much just got it out here, and I see some of the pins are pretty dirty on the 68,000 processor. Here's the cabinet. Beautiful. Wells Gardner 6400 monitor. Right over here is the marquee. And right over here is the cabinet. One really cool thing about Asterac, I've never actually seen an Asterac, the guts of one, in person. See, you know, obviously it has a spinner, it has this joystick right here. But one thing that's really cool is, that's a Mad Planet spinner, isn't it? And it's a gimbal joystick with optical wheels. How cool is that? So, at some point, I'm going to try to get this running today, and we got a Cosmic Chasm coming up here too. Just, we're heading towards the end here, and before we leave, and I just want to get some of the rare stuff going, you know. Well, so hopefully we'll get this going, and maybe I'll show you some Cosmic Chasm stuff. Let me show you guys some really cool games that we're working on right now. Here's a dedicated Major Havoc. Right now I'm getting ready to rebuild the deflection board. And right here we have an iRobot. I just rebuilt the power supply in it, and I rebuilt the original Atari Disco monitor inside that, so that's pretty cool. Decent control panel, you know, but really cool. I'm going to rebuild this Amplifone deflection board, and you know what? While I'm looking at it, let me show you guys a huge problem with Amplifone boards. Yeah, I know it is a mess here, but you see these little things that look like resistors? They have the one black line. They are not resistors. It's actually a direct short. It's just a jumper. But when they put it in the machine, it kind of just like stamps all the parts, you know, in here, and that fits the machine instead of a wire jumper. So it's easier, you know, on the production line. But these go bad. So whenever I see these, I just literally put a jumper wire right across it. Sometimes I do it on the bottom, sometimes I'll do it on the top. But besides that, and obviously replacing all your deflection transistors, these are actually very dependable. They get a bad name, and the bad name comes from the big red, or they start, actually some people call it the dead red. Anyways, that's the flyback transformer, or it's actually in a vector monitor. It's not called a flyback transformer. It's called a high voltage transformer because there is no flyback. That's a raster thing. But if you replace this, your plus and minus regulators on these, and rebuild this, I mean, geez, these are, I'd say, more dependable than the 6100s in the end once they're rebuilt. But yeah, it's really cool to see another major havoc, you know what I mean? But alright, I want to show you guys the cleanest 4900 I've ever seen. Ever. Check out how clean those knobs are, first off. Potentiometers, check that out. Now this needs recapped. Look how white these knobs are. Awesome. Look at the flyback. The flyback is white. All these stickers are still white. They haven't yellowed yet. Really cool, really cool. I'm going to show you the game it came out of, which is also one of the cleanest games I've ever worked on. Okay, I'm in the back of a Mappy here. And right off the bat, caution high voltage. That is, it's still white, it's not yellow yet. Even the sticker inside the piece of paper inside the cabinet is white. I mean, everything in it, it's dark. But everything in here is beautifully clean. It has not been cleaned. This is not a restoration. This is not a brand new cabinet. This is just like a beautiful, beautiful machine. All the papers are snow white still. Amazing. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to see how many plays. I actually feel bad because I upgraded the power supply, and you know, I actually felt bad because I put screws in the cabinet because it's so damn clean. 2021 plays. No wonder it's so damn clean. Amazing. Look, all the papers, everything's so damn clean. Beautiful. Wish I had this one. Anyways, I just want to show you guys. Just happened to see a gem. Really clean game. I really like seeing when games are this clean. Alright. Well guys, this is the last day of work. So I'm trying to wrap up a few random things. We just got this NATO defense working. Got somebody out, he's looking through Goodwill stores and so on because we need a new tape player. All the rubber inside this tape player is like gum. And soon we'll have the ROMs burnt for Mr. F. Lee. Somebody took all the ROMs out of this thing. I don't know what was going on, so we're gonna put all the ROMs in it. Pretty cool game. I like these Pacific novelty games. Yeah, this one right here was actually, believe it or not, new out of the box. New out of the box. The guy that bought it actually watched them take it out of the box. Crazy, huh? So what I did on this is I cut all the wires to the original power supply, and I wired all into this power supply, and I still gotta put a screw there. But yeah, so this game works. Well, we got discs of Tron that has CPU board problems. We have an eye since someone painted yellow. Hellfire, which I believe is in the wrong cabinet. Isn't Hellfire supposed to have like a cabinet like this? You know, like, see how this cut out here? It's supposed to be straight. Very interesting. Someone did paint this red. I can see the latex paint somebody put on. Interesting about Hellfire is, you know, I don't know. See, you can usually go by on the cabinets about what the serial number is. Well, this one says TUB-UP-US. Tub. TUB. What is TUB? Is that the original tag? And if so, did someone move the parts to a different cabinet? Or is this like a Hellfire that has a Donkey Kong cabinet? Don't really know. Robbie Roto, this was supposed to be gone over by someone else. I'm running into this a lot. There a lot of people were here before me working on stuff, and they didn't, they didn't do much. Like a lot of like harness shakers. All right, I'm gonna make that. That is my new word. Harness shakers. Like, oh, we got it working. Yeah, put his tag on it. But yeah. So I'm gonna go through and put a new battery in it. There's not a battery in it. The decals coil is laying in the bottom of the cabinet for the monitor, which is, I don't know, at least just put it on.
Couple zip ties. You're good.
Yeah, and let's either rebuild or replace power supplies instead of just, shaking harnesses. But moon shuttle, we need to put a new monitor in that. I got the board working, but this tube here does not have red, and so I tried to rejuvenate with the rejuvenator down here, the tube, and it came back a little, but it ain't right. So we're just gonna swap this whole tube. But I wish I would have made more video, guys. If I've just been really busy here. Now I've been here for a month and 1 week. Look at my nightmare mess here. Anyways, I've been here for a month and 1 week. After today, it'll be a month and 1 week, and I've just been so busy I haven't been able to take any video. So yeah, let me walk over here. I'll show you guys all the. I showed you some parts, but I didn't show you all parts. There's parts in here, man. It's great. These are all brand new capacitors. Let me go over here. There's more over there, more in there. We have stuff like rebuild kits, power supplies, flybacks, and things like high score save kits and buttons and whatever, Duster. Tell you what, don't buy freeze spray. You know why? Because if you hold it this way, this is Duster. But if you hold it this way, it's freeze spray. Trust me, try it out. Anyways, yeah, so maybe I will be able to walk around the arcade. I'm gonna ask here in a few minutes if I'm allowed to walk around and take video, because the guy that owns this stuff, he doesn't really want everyone knocking on his door and trying to find stuff. Like, hey, you want to sell that? I've seen it on YouTube. So, people, those of you that know where I'm at, don't go telling everybody either, because he doesn't want anyone to know. But yeah, so maybe I'll show you guys some of the arcade. Believe it or not, we've been doing. When we first came in, we were doing like 15 games a day, and then we went down to like 10 games a day because he wanted more things to be done. In other words, LEDs and all the marquees, LEDs and down here, and different things, locks and whatever. And as parts came in and ran out and came in and ran out, we moved faster or slower, depending what needed done. And certain days we had to backtrack to go back and fill in the missing gaps of things that needed to be done. But oh, check this out. Whoop. Cool. Anyways, so I would say we've averaged 10 games a day, and out of that 10, let's say 7 of them were actually totally dead, in one way or another. But there's so many, all these boxes up here, this is all circuit boards, so we could, we have spare parts if they cannot be fixed. And I purposely have been skipping over certain games, because I won't tell you what I'm getting paid, but I'm getting paid so much an hour. And so I can sit there and spend all day on this Galaxian board. Okay, yeah, great, I spent 8 hours and I fixed the Galaxian board. Congratulations. Well, no, just go out and buy a Galaxian board for $75 or whatever, So certain games I've spent more time on and less time on, and I've kind of decided, well, I'm not going to waste all day. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to show you. Here's some more junk up here. Hopefully there's more boards in the cabinets. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys more stuff. I'm gonna ask. All right.